Hello, family. We're on location at the Bougie Southerner, an outstanding vegan restaurant here in Lawrenceville, Georgia. I am sitting with Auntie Tara Gilbert-Ross, the owner of the Bougie Southerner. How are you doing today, Auntie Tara?
I'm doing well, thank you, sweetheart.
And to me, I'm so glad to be here with you today. I just want to say thank you for sharing with me. I really appreciate it.
I truly appreciate you, and the wisdom that is imparted on you is a gift from God, a true blessing.
Thank you. The auntie concept is a dynamic between an aunt and her niece as they have a generational conversation over tea. The tea is meant to represent the bridge between the young and the old, and the young sitting at the feet of their elders and learning from them.
Older.
Okay. Of the people older than them and then learning from them. Okay, that sounds lots better. Okay,
I'm going through what they call a midlife crisis.
Okay. So today we're drinking chamomile tea with some agave or sugar, whichever one we're going to have. And it's made by the Just Add Honey Tea Company. Just Add Honey is a wonderful tea shop located in Atlanta, Georgia, with a spacious outdoor patio and a wide range of delicious teas. I want to thank the entire Just Add Honey family for partnering with me to create this concept. Okay, let's drink some tea.
Let's drink tea.
Add a bit. I like a mix, so I'm gonna add a little bit of sugar and a little bit of agave. What do you usually sweeten your tea with?
Before I was a vegan, honey was my go-to. Now that I have omitted honey for the sake of my veterans that I serve here, I've replaced it with maple and agave.
Yeah, agave is one of my favorite sweeteners. You know simple syrup, right?
Yes.
So what I sometimes like to do is, because simple syrup takes too long, and my parents would never let me make simple syrup by myself.
Okay.
So, as a result of that, I instead make a sugar water. So it dissolves faster into the tea. So what I do is I just take a hot water made, and I have a kettle at home, like an electric kettle. So I heat up the water.
Okay.
I put some sugar in a small bowl.
Okay.
Put the water over, stir it around till the sugar is dissolved into the water.
Okay.
And then I pour that into my tea, and it sweetens it, and it easily dissolves. I just need gentle mix, and then it's all nice and sweet.
Sounds like you're a tea connoisseur.
I am. I absolutely love tea. It's my favorite drink.
Ooh.
How is it?
Oh, it's so good.
Okay, I'm gonna taste it. I haven't had chamomile often, but that is really good.
Imagine being at family functions and then everything is in disarray, and the waitress or waiter walks over to you and say, "Ma'am, would you like anything to drink?" And you go, "Chamomile, please,"
Yes.
because it just helps to calm the room. So it's become my favorite tea.
This is delicious. I might have to start drinking some chamomile.
Oh yeah.
This is good.
Whew.
Okay. So my first question for you is, what is sweat equity?
Sweat equity. Let me start with a story. When I bought my first home, I built it from the ground. And as I was talking to the builder recommended that if I didn't have enough money for closing, that I could paint all the walls, and that I would be allowed to use the coloring that I would be utilizing in my new home versus them just doing blank canvases, just a bare paint. And in the contract, you're given a credit for the work that you did in your home, and it was sweat equity. It's what you put into something to get the maximum return from it, or to invest. It could be in your children. Like, I would think that this is sweat equity for your parents, because not only will you be an amazing attribute to your family, but to society as a whole. Sweat equity in your businesses, sweat equity in your home. It's the work that you put into it to make sure that it succeeds.
I love what you said about being like an asset kind of to society.
Yes.
Because, people sometimes ask, I didn't ask to be born. And, you didn't. But being born is not something that's purely selfish. It's to help the world. When you learn the things that you need to learn, you can add value to the world and make it a better place.
Yes. Yes. We all have a purpose here.
We all have something that we can be doing, and we're not always going to do the same things. You know, one person might be good at art, another person might be good at cooking. You know, we all will have different things.
Yes.
But we need to use those gifts and those talents and those things that we were born with to make the world better.
And that would finding where you properly fit into the puzzle is how you make your biggest contribution.
Because it is a puzzle, you know, everyone's a different piece, and you have to kind of find your place. A lot of people have to like take some time, you know, to find where they fit in the world, what their purpose is, because, you know, a lot of people will be searching for that.
Yeah. And if you think about putting a puzzle together, you tend to try to put the piece in places where it don't belong just because it may look like the pieces nearby.
Right.
It may not necessarily fit in certain spots. And then you may have to maneuver that piece to get it to actually fit. But ultimately, to find where each piece goes and for it to come, the picture becomes a beautiful completed creation.
Yes. Sometimes me and my parents, we get in the car at night, maybe we're off to the store, just getting some fresh air. It's usually nighttime, you know, I can see the moon and the stars and all the beautiful stuff in the sky. But I noticed that as we drive, the moon looks like it's following me. Right? It just looks like it's going with me wherever I'm going. What are some of the values that have followed you throughout your life?
I've always been a person of great integrity. I don't, you know, sometimes people say you're very mean, but I have to tell the truth because it's a lot of things in this world that you can't control, but telling the truth is not one of them. There's something that you can control every single time. And even if it hurts that person, people deserve to know the truth.
Yeah.
Now, people would say, well, do you tell your children that there's a Santa Claus, or do you tell your children that there is a fairy godmother? That's lying. And I said, no, I didn't say that there was another man. I'm Santa Claus. So she exists in me. So it's not a lie. She's just me. And once they're of an appropriate age where they can understand that, hey, it was mommy who celebrated those milestones with you. You deserve those presents at Christmas time. Then it's no longer a lie. So, but as an adult, I made conscious decisions to have core values that I carried along in my way: integrity, tenacity, and passion. Those were my 3 core values.
That's amazing. And you know, when you have things that you take through life with you, they're constant. It's not something that's fleeing, like getting a thing. When you get lessons, and you get lessons from life and people around you, it's something that you can take with you.
Yes.
It's not a throwaway.
Yes.
It's not something, oh, it goes in one ear and out. You keep it with you, and it's something that stays in the back of your mind, whether it's at the front, whether it's something that you do every day, or whether it's just a choice piece of knowledge. Yeah.
Just meeting you was a divine purpose, because I know that there's a reason why God brought us together, and that even if it's for a season, that if I continue to be purposeful, that I'll give you whatever that is that you're going to need in your journey of reaching your purpose. And it's not by mistake. It's not by coincidence that things happen. I think the world is trying to give you the pieces to your puzzle. It's up to you to see the pieces and to utilize the pieces.
Wow, I love that. I ain't got nothing to say from that. That's great. I love that. That's amazing.
Drop the tea.
Drop
the tea.
Drop the tea. Don't drop it. Put it down. Put down the tea. Yeah.
Yeah.
This is so good. This is really good.
Yeah.
This is perfect for this conversation.
Yes.
This is absolutely perfect. I remember a few weeks ago, I came to your youth cooking class. And let me tell you, I had an amazing time, everyone. When I say I had an amazing time, I had an amazing time. You know, we got to make so many different recipes. I got to learn about some different techniques. You know,
Yes.
I got to learn about the proper table setting and everything. Since I didn't
Yes.
really know that. Like, I'd heard of it, like, you know, the etiquette classes and everything, but I'd never really, like, seen it in action personally. So that was really cool. But overall, I just had a great experience, you know, eating food and learning about new cuisine and just having a good time.
Yes.
What are some of the memories that you have around learning how to cook, and who influenced you?
I'm the oldest granddaughter, and my maternal grandmother played a huge role in introducing me to religion, church, cooking, just growing into womanhood. And she was an at-home wife, so cooking was her contribution to the family, making sure that they had an amazing meal. And she did that purposefully, and she made sure that she wasn't, even if she was making a hot dog, the hot dog was well dressed with sides and all the condiments. And she would have a dish that purposely would fit the hot dog so it wouldn't be oversized or undersized. And I watched her, and I learned that that's a love language. And it was a love language that I love to speak. So she instilled in me the love language of cooking, and now I use that as my love language. As sometimes my words get in the way, or I have so much going on in my head that I can't quite get all my thoughts out, cooking ensures that the people I love know that I love them.
Yes, you know, I kind of hear my mom through that because she is an amazing cook. She will tell you otherwise, but she is amazing at it.
Yeah.
But, you know, I hear how much love. I don't know your grandmother, but I can hear that she had love for the people around her.
Yes.
And she expressed that through her cooking. It is a love language. Like, you can use that as a way, like, I'm not sure exactly how to tell you, but this is one way I can tell. Because there's always a way to share what you're feeling and what you want to say.
And people interpret things differently. So to have multiple different ways of processing information, you got to have multiple ways of expressing information.
Right.
So I love that I was able to find my love language and be good at it. God forbid if my love language was cooking and I could not cook.
Dang, man.
That would be.
I mean, you know what? You could do it through music. You could do it through art.
Yes.
Things. I mean, there's always a way. If there's
Always
like
a
the
way.
saying goes, if there's a will, there's a way. I think that applies to anything.
Anything. But I have seen people who use singing as their way of communicating or their love language, and they don't sing well. And I don't think that we're getting the message. Nah, just joking.
I think we'll always get the message, whether. One thing I'm glad you mentioned singing because I love to sing. I'm actually part of a choir called Atlanta Music Project.
Oh, wow.
I love singing. It's one of my favorite things to do. I'm always singing.
And what genre do you like to sing?
Jazz, and R&B and R&B.
Okay.
And then maybe like every once in a while some pop.
Okay.
So I think a good mix.
That's definitely
Yeah.
a good mix.
Yeah, I love all sorts of genres. I'll listen to pretty much anything. One of my favorite genres is though lo-fi beats.
Okay.
I just love a nice chill beat that I can work or sleep, do whatever to. Seriously, anything.
Yes. Yes. Music has.
That's my chamomile tea. That's my
chamomile.
that's my chamomile. That's my calming thing.
Yes.
Yeah. You know, sometimes I wonder if there's life on other planets. But then I remember that I haven't even explored the planet I live on. Like, I don't even know the place I live on, and I'm wondering about Jupiter. So, you know, what's life like in other places around the world?
Different. I was young, exploring the world in the Navy, and you get to go to countries up in the third world countries, and you get to see that the luxuries that we have here in America are luxuries, despite how we view them here. When you go to another country, you're able to see the luxuries, but at the same time, what we consider a luxury may not be something that they're seeking to embark upon. So they may find, like in Spain, they find peace in walking. Everyone's walking after dinner time. The streets are crowded with people just walking because walking is what they enjoy. Well, we don't see a lot of walking, you know. Maybe at the day after New Year's, you'll see 20 people. And by January 5th, it's down to 2 again. But they walk, so they find their pieces. Every culture has things that they enjoy, that they love. And it's beautiful to learn those things and enjoy those and experience those things with them.
You know, well, first of all, thank you for your service. I didn't even know that you were in the Navy. That's amazing. And, you know, what was that experience like? You know, traveling and being interacting in such an intimate way, because that's a really important thing, you know?
Yes. So not only was I in the Navy at the start of the last war, Operation Enduring Freedom and Operation Iraqi Freedom, I also was on the retrieval mission to retrieve the coal. It was a U.S. ship that was blown up in Yemen. And we were in a battle group to go retrieve the people that were the survivors of the blast. And at that moment, the Navy was just fun. It was traveling. It was getting paid on the 1st and the 15th. It was wearing this cool uniform. But at that moment, it was real. It was sacrifice. It was pain. It was people losing their lives. And you have a point in your military career where you actually see the importance of fighting for freedom. The freedom that we enjoy as Americans is not free. Someone pays the price. So to know that I was sacrificing my youth and my time for something so much bigger than myself, it gave me great pride. It gave me great confidence to know that my life mattered, and I was making sure that other people's lives would matter.
That's beautiful.
Yes, thank you,
Chris. Would you like some more tea? I'm going to pour a little more tea.
Sure, because I'm almost done. I'm so greedy.
Oh, thank you. Here, I'll go. It's so good.
It is.
I'm going to have more sugar.
Yes.
Sugar smells, it has a smell.
And that's organic sugar. Mm-hmm.
That's probably why it's so good. Probably why this tea is 30 million times better.
That's why I want to start the dining in the dark so you can use your other senses when you're eating, because veganism is an amazing art with food. And you get to create meals that are traditionally used from animals and recreate them with plants.
Correct.
And sometimes the eyes are the first thing to steer us back to our meat-eating ways. But what if we removed sight and all you could do is enjoy the flavors and the freshness? I think more people would enjoy it on initial impact.
Yeah. You know, me and my parents, we talk about this all the time. You know, you don't like just take chicken, for example. Like, you don't like chicken. You like turmeric and pepper, paprika, and salt. Like, you like the seasonings.
Yes.
That's what it is. If you gave someone a raw chicken and said, hey, eat this, they're gonna be like, I'm not eating that.
That's not good.
Right.
Yeah.
But when she put the seasoning, it's like, okay, so why can't you do the same thing with plants?
Because it takes the same way we're trained how to do things, we have to be untrained from those things.
And then train ourselves to do
And
something else.
retrain.
So train and untrain and retrain again.
It's a vicious cycle.
Lots of training.
That's life.
A lot of training.
Lots of training.
Lots of training.
Because your brain is a powerful thing. And I will see the test on social media where it says that as long as a word has the first and the last letter in the correct place, that your brain would automatically tell you what that word is. Even if the middle letters are mixed up, your brain would automatically put them in the correct place. But that would only be off of what you previously known. If you had never known that word, and you wouldn't be able to place that word in the correct order. Your brain does the same thing with food. It places things in the correct order based off what it remembers. It's like a database. So
That's a great way to think about it, because the brain is a database, you know. It's a computer, and you know, I know they're always talking about AI and how it's evolving and everything, but you know, you can never erase human ingenuity. You can never erase the idea that a human could come up with something that they've never even attacked before. Because, you know, the AIs are trained, they're given stuff, and then they work off of that. But the brain can see one thing. The brain can complete a puzzle. I'm pretty sure AI could, but, you know, you train it. The mind can just, you know, quickly adapt. And I think that's something we'll never lose. And I think that is why humans are so important and they're so strong and will be resilient no matter what AI decides it wants to do.
One needs to understand that AI is created by humans. So if
if
we created you, we can think of a way to recreate you.
Right. And we can also think of a way to not use you anymore. Because if we don't use you, you're not getting used.
Ask the payphone about that. Or the big block cell phones, or the typewriter, all those things that were state-of-the-art electronics that have phased out. You know, humans are continuing to evolve. And with that evolution, we're creating.
Right.
It's all through human innovation. And sometimes it's a lot more than just the science. Sometimes it's the passion.
Right.
Or the feeling.
Right. Robots can feel feelings.
They cannot.
It's been proven.
They cannot.
Feel. What are you going to cry? I don't know. You don't cry. You don't feel. And that's something that fuels people to do some of the best things in life.
Exactly.
Feelings and emotion. It could be anything. It could be longing. It could be fear. It could be happiness. It could be passion. It could be drive. It can be any manner of things that pushes people to do something amazing.
Do what's great.
One of my favorite things to do is to roller skate. I just got my new pair of Moxie roller skates. They're peach with like these purple laces and purple wheels with like, they have like glitter inside of them on the wheels, so they sparkle as I roll along the rink. But
they sound bougie.
Yeah, they are very bougie skates. Very bougie skates. But I like to go to the rink. I go to Sparkles, you know, I skate with my friends, I'm dancing. Sometimes I play like Uptown Funk by Bruno Mars or Golden Hour and all my favorite songs, and I'm just snapping and I'm just having a really good time. You know, what were some of the things that you used to do for fun when you were young, and what was the music like?
Oh, the music was amazing. Everything on the radio was about love. Everything was about love.
Still even today, it was about love.
And currently today, when people want to get back to love, they go back to my era of music. You know, when I was younger, I was very crafty. I like to craft. I love to cook. I love to create like outfits for myself. I would do my own hair. I remember when I was about 8, someone asked me, "What do you want to be when you grow up?" And I said, "Pretty."
I mean, that's good. That's a great place to start.
So everything
Everything
revolved around that desire.
I love that. That's so funny. That's amazing. Very bougie. Still bougie. Forever bougie.
Forever bougie.
Forever bougie. Yeah.
That's a great brand. Forever bougie.
Yeah, I see clothing and makeup and forever bougie.
That is good.
You're welcome.
Forever bougie. It's a lot of amazing women out there who definitely embrace the forever bougie aura.
Yeah. Forever bougie. I'm gonna do that. We're gonna do that. Forever bougie.
Yeah. a maybe 80, 90-year-old woman, and she still has everything about her is still perfectly feminine. And you just think, wow, that is such a lady. Even in her latter years, she still exudes this beautiful, and that's just beautiful. I've always respected powerful, strong, beautiful women. They just, they create something in this world that is needed. It's an opposite from the tough, strong manhood. We balance each other.
Right. I think that's so important. Balance, that scale.
The scale, it is.
Scale. It's a scale. You got a little on this side, you got a little on this side, and everything is bougie. Peachy.
And peachy.
Bougie and peachy.
I like peachy.
Yeah. So, in addition to roller skating, I have a bunch of things that I love to do. What are some of the hobbies that you have?
I write. I love to write. Every design project that I do, I write it down. So I'm a visual person now. I like to see it, and I like to create it on paper. I love inspiring people and motivating people. So much of the time when people share their aspirations with me, I will, whatever I feel like God has put in me to share with them, I will share. They can take it or they can leave it, but I just love empowering people to be their best them.
Yeah. I think that's so important, because everyone says, oh, motivate yourself, do it yourself. But sometimes you need that push from someone else around you or in your life to help you just. And there's this, but also you need to be able to say yes to help and allow people to come with you.
Yes.
There's this African proverb that I love. It says, if you want to go fast, go alone. If you want to go far, go together.
Yes.
And it is one of my favorite quotes. I have yet to write it down, but I promise you I will. And I love it because it portrays something so simple. You can go fast and alone, but will you get where you want to go?
Yes. Yes.
Because you will run very fast because you don't have anyone to watch. But if you want to reach a goal, if you want your life to be the best thing it can be, you have to take other people with you.
And if you think about, we were created, we're interdependent on each other. Again, if you think of everything as a puzzle, one piece can never complete the puzzle.
Right.
But we're interdependent. I have my maid of honor, my best friend. Every morning, I used to take a hour and 30-minute commute to the naval base in Great Lakes. And she would sing, it was a song, I pray for you, you pray for me, I love you, I need you to survive. And we would sing that to one another because we needed, life was lifing, and we needed each other to know that despite life lifing, we're here for each other. And that means, because sometimes you don't have the strength to push through for yourself, but you'll push when you have someone you love that needs you.
Right. And you want them to see you be something amazing because, parents can say, oh, I want my child to see me, be successful and to see me be the best person I can be so they'll be that too.
Yes. But I miss singing to her. Maybe I should restart that.
Definitely. You definitely should. Never too late.
Relationships are a gift from God. They really are. My friends would call me glitter.
I love that name. I love that.
They said you can't come in contact with glitter without getting a little on you. And just when you think you got every little piece of glitter off of you, boom, you find a little piece of glitter.
Respect. What is that? What is that thing on my shirt?
Yes.
It's magic. It's something.
It's magic.
It's something that's going to make you great later. And you're going to thank glitter for coming over and sprinkle it a little bit all over your paintings and your countertops.
Your little epoxy glasses,
your glasses and your desk everywhere.
A good place to be. Need a little glitter.
Yeah. How can I be like you when I grow up?
I would say take what God has ordained for you to get from me and be better than me. Every generation should evolve to be better. So take whatever jewels you need, put it in your chest, and be purposefully you.
Thank you. I love that. That's I'm gonna have to share that with everyone. That's amazing. I love it. So much wisdom. This is why I love this series, because I can get so much in an hour where if you're just normally talking to someone, you wouldn't get this much.
Yes.
But when it's focused and you have like, hey, I need this, then I have episodes and episodes and episodes of women who have given me stuff that I can always go back to.
And that's powerful. That's powerful. But it's intentional. It shows you the impact of being intentional with your time. When I say I write things down, it's because once I write it down, I can prioritize it and I can see what I've achieved and what still needs to be done, versus if you just leave it floating around in your head, it gets mixed up with life. And sometimes 20 years have passed and it's still floating around and you haven't got back to it. Well, when it's on that paper, you give it a deadline and you get back to it. Be intentional with your time. Your time here on earth is unnumbered. So treat it as an unnumbered thing and just try to do as much and be as purposeful as you can in the days that you're blessed with.
What has been your personal and professional journey and your roadmap to success?
Tenacity, one of my top core values. Once I put my mind to something, I'm intentional with achieving those goals. Professionally, I've had a stellar career. I've had a successful military career. I achieved the highest ranks in my time. I moved on. I made it to the 1% of education, completing the PhD. I've been blessed to be in a long union, to be able to have someone to share the rest of my life with as I grow older. I was fruitful. I have 7 children. And now I have 6 grandchildren, so I was very fruitful. And I loved, and I allowed myself to be loved. And I'm full at this point. Everything else is a bonus. I'm full. I feel purposeful. And now I just seek to be a living testament that my God is real.
Okay, that's a roadmap. That's a roadmap to success. I love it. Before we go,
Okay.
I'd like to throw a little surprise question at you. I thought you have such great energy, so I'd love to see what your answer is to this. How would you describe yourself if you could only use 3 words?
Only use 3 words to describe myself. Super cardia. No.
Hey, go ahead. Supercalifragilisticexpialidocious. That's one of my favorite words.
I'm trying to spell it in my head now because I couldn't even pronounce it, so I haven't used it. But I used to, when people would ask me how I was doing, I would say super fantastic, and they was like, oh, that's really good. But to come back to your question, 3 words. I don't even think I need 3, just 2. Servant leader. And in my quest to be more like my God, he was a servant leader. That is how I have aligned my life to service to God, family, country, community, and even though I'm only one person, to be impactful and intentional with everything that I do. It's enough pain and hurt out there. I don't need to contribute to those things. So to give it the balance that it needs, despite, how people may treat or talk to me, to continue to display the love of God. And so, servant leader.
Okay.
I'm either going to serve or lead.
I like it. One more tea. Because you have now officially sent me to the world of chamomile. This is so good. I'm going to be talking about this all night.
That's what aunties do, honey. That's what
Beware.
aunties do.
This will be the topic of conversation.
And that is what leaders and aunties do.
Cool. Now, I'm going to throw my own question back to myself. If I could describe myself in 3 words, because I need 3. I'm a lot, so I'm gonna need all I can take.
All of them with a couple syllables, huh?
All of them. It would be curious,
Okay.
outgoing,
Definitely.
and kind.
That's an amazing word to have in this world. Even I would agree with all those.
Thank you.
I would agree with all those. I would even try to add some on and make some compound words with.
Yeah, strong. What was the first one I said? I think I said kind and goodness and happiness and bouginess and all the nesses and everything.
necessary.
All the everything. Yeah.
Well, as a chef, if you don't have all the herbs that you need, as long as you have the foundation, the salt, the pepper, and the sazon.
Yes. I don't even. What is sazon?
It's a herb from God. It's coriander, garlic, onion.
You can stop right there. That's that's not good. I'm gonna need some sazon, please.
You are the sazon.
Thank you. My mentors are successful, and their advice is valuable.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank us.
This was a wonderful conversation, Auntie Tara. I had the greatest time. This may have been one of the best episodes.
Thank you.
Serious.
It's I'm just so thankful to be able to just share this space with you and to share knowledge or answer questions that you may have had for me. I see goodness and greatness inside of you. I see it's exuding from you, and I pray that I'm here to witness what you're gonna contribute to this world.
Thank you.
Yes.
Cheers.
Cheers.